In Greek mythology, the abduction of Helen marks the moment when private betrayal transforms into an international conflict. After Paris takes Helen from Sparta and sails with her to Troy, the consequences of this act reach far beyond the household of King Menelaus. The story of how Menelaus responds to this loss is essential to understanding how the Trojan War begins, because his reaction activates the Oath of Tyndareus. Shortly after Paris's departure, Menelaus returns to Sparta from a trip to Crete. He discovers that Helen is missing, along with much of his wealth. The guest he had welcomed into his home had violated the sacred laws of hospitality, an offense that held serious weight in Greek culture. Hospitality, or xenia, was protected by Zeus himself, and to betray one's host was not merely a social insult, but a direct violation against divine order. At this moment, Menelaus's personal grief gave way to political and cultural expectations surrounding his marriage to Helen. That marriage had been secured years earlier by the Oath of Tyndareus, sworn by all of Helen's former suitors. The oath was clear: if anyone threatened Helen's marriage, every suitor was bound to defend her husband. This agreement, originally intended to prevent conflict, now became the foundation for a united Greek response. Menelaus understood that he could not bring Helen back alone. The oath obligated the greatest leaders of Greece to stand beside him. To begin the process of calling the Greek kings to honor their promises, Menelaus turned first to his elder brother, Agamemnon, the king of Mycenae. Agamemnon's political power and influence were essential, for while Menelaus held the legitimate right to call upon the suitors bound by their oath, it was Agamemnon who possessed the authority and leadership needed to turn that obligation into a unified and coordinated military campaign. Together, the brothers began planning how to summon the leaders who had once courted Helen and sworn to defend her marriage. Menelaus and Agamemnon then began visiting the various Greek kingdoms, gathering support from the men who had taken the oath. One of the most notable encounters was with Odysseus, now king of Ithaca and husband to Penelope, who sought to avoid joining the war. He pretended to be insane, plowing the beach with an ox and a horse yoked together in an attempt to escape the obligation. However, Agamemnon's messenger, Palamedes, exposed the ruse by placing Odysseus's infant son, Telemachus, directly in front of the plow. Forced to stop, Odysseus revealed that he was sane, and the oath bound him to join the cause and take part in the war. Other heroes were summoned in similar ways. Ajax, the Greater of Salamis, agreed to join the expedition, as did Diomedes of Argos, Idomeneus of Crete, and many others. As the Greek forces began to assemble, the scale of the response grew larger than anything Greece had seen before. According to tradition, over 1,000 ships were eventually gathered for the expedition, creating what later poets described as a vast and unprecedented fleet. This mobilization symbolized unity across the Greek world, transforming individual kingdoms into a single coordinated military force.